been here since I've been here.
I don't know.
How are you?
Don't know.
He's been doing a lot of photography. He doesn't talk to me about it.
Have you asked him who he is?
See if Annette knows him.
Yeah.
Photographed all their vehicles. They're all out of state. Oh, they got them parked out here.
Yep. Yep. Well, there's no question, there's a lot of money in this business. They've got lots of high-paid people here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Rob was probably $250 an hour plus travel.
Yeah.
And they're spending $10,000 an hour here at least. Plus.
See, there's that photographer. He's really going at it. He was here, I was here 10 after 5, and he was here photographing already.
You might be on our side. Who are you with? You with the press?
Yes.
What press are you?
New York Times.
New York Times. Wow.
Where you from?
New York Times.
Holy Moses.
So how did the Times come to cover this?
I'm just a photographer, so I just go where they tell me.
Is there a reporter here as well?
We're here.
Where is he?
Get
You guys drive up from New York? Are you out of Boston or?
I'm out of upstate New York.
Oh, really?
Albany area.
Albany.
A couple hours. Not so bad.
Cool.
A little bit. It's BS. I don't really have an interest in listening to those.
But I did get
Like, you stop the sound right now.
sometimes if you take photos.
I'm gonna walk over here and video document. Hey Alex, how are you? Doing all right.
So last night,
Try to get some of this in this camera here. Well, we'll get this thing up on the web. You don't have to. So their spokesperson said to me that if the vote is a no vote, they're not going to reconfigure the project and continue to come back for second and third bites of the apple. So. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Let's hope not. Let's hope that they honor their word and they win the respect of the community and honor the wishes of the community.
They're saying that if you vote yes,
No, it says if you opt in, it sounds like they're gonna go ahead with it anyway. You have the choice of whether you're gonna make it or not. Is the way
What's this? What are they saying?
They're saying he just explained it. They've got questions too.
I don't understand the opt-in.
Opt-in simply means,
Is this after the yes vote?
it has nothing to do with the yes vote. If the project goes forward,
Which involves a yes vote.
yes.
Are you sound hesitant.
No, it's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about what the benefit package looks like.
Okay, only
Okay?
that. All right.
I mean, Jenny and her folks can talk about what the yes vote means.
Okay.
But I'm happy to explain to you
This
what this
is
means.
if the project goes forward.
Correct.
If it
Yes,
goes
that's where I
forward.
began.
All right.
My life doesn't begin until then.
All right, I got it.
Why is it if you opt in, you're assuming some people are going to say, oh, I don't want your money?
Correct.
Why would someone have this forced down their throat and not choose to like benefit from it?
I have no idea. But we don't want to presume that everybody will want it. So
Well,
if
yeah.
everybody does, then great. If everybody doesn't, then it's the pool of money gets divided by whatever that X is. It's not. It's no more complicated than that. If there
So
were
this
people,
is an incentive for people to vote yes.
well, it's,
Well, yeah, exactly.
for people who have strong feelings about it, who may not want to have anything to do with the project, they will be forced into doing anything that's not.
No, but that's a pretty strong incentive for people to vote yes. Anybody who's on the fence or struggling. It's a bribe.
It's done everywhere. It's done everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, but it's still a bribe.
No, you
They
could-
should
you
give
could
you
call it
50% of
that
the
if you
profits,
want.
the
I would
millions and
call it
millions of
that.
dollars of
I would call it
profits.
an incentive.
You can say no,
Yeah.
but there's a big incentive to say
You're
yes.
still subjected to
got
it.
money,
It's still
yeah.
gonna be one way or the other.
But a bribe sounds awful.
Right.
Anyway, just to be clear, so that's one piece, and this is the other piece. So there's two buckets of $500,000 each. $500,000 goes to the select board, to town government, for property taxes and for additional uses, however they.
Is that to each town or this town?
This is just Windham.
Just Windham.
These numbers are all just Windham. These are not grafted numbers.
This would be your share of the taxes.
That's our sort of, yes, that's the best estimate based upon the current town budget and the current grand list. That would be Iberdrola's share. And so, minus that, what is that left over? That's 500,000. This is a second 500,000 for these three uses.
For how many years is this
The life of for however long the project
project
operates.
operates?
It's just, so that's a total of $1 million for
$1 million
Windham.
a year. As long as it operates.
Is that an improvement to what was originally offered, or is that the same that was
The
originally?
original was for Windham was 715 total.
There was nothing to individuals. There was only the money to the town originally. Is that
Correct,
right?
that is true.
Yes.
And that was done based upon what Iberdrola was hearing from people in town, which is the property tax money sort of affects people in town disproportionately. That is, some people's taxes will get lowered substantially and other people's taxes won't be that effective. Depends upon what your property values are and whether you're in the income sensitivity.
So the people who own property, Andy, people who own property here who are not registered voters will not get payment?
Those payments are for people who are full-time residents who are registered
So if
voters.
someone were living out of state, owned a $500,000 property, and then they were to retire here and become registered voters, they would not receive the payment?
If they, for the year that they're a registered voter and they're a full-time resident,
So
yes,
10 years from now, if they were to retire here and become registered voters, they would receive a payment?
yes.
Okay.
The opt-in,
It says based on current number. I don't know if is that current per year
in
or?
other words, just so we could give you an estimate of what the number would
Okay.
be, we took the current number of registered voters.
Okay.
350 divided by that number equals that.
Okay, so that's the current number, but it's subject to change
Subject to,
based on population of registered voters.
also based upon whether everybody opts in or not. If you get less than 100% of people opting in, that number goes up. And yes, if the town-
What does opt-in mean? There's going to be a town-wide vote. Registered voters will vote.
No, that's not what that means.
What
The
is
yes
that?
vote has to occur first for the project to go forward. Then once the yes vote occurs and the project
And
is
then they
going
opt
forward,
in. So they each have to sign agreement to agree to the project? Is there a signature required?
This is if the project goes forward and a permit application is submitted to the Public Service Board, part of the proposal that is being requested to make all of these payments. These would be binding obligations on the company that are part of its permit. And one of the things would be that there would be money that would be managed by a third-party trustee, and every year people would have the opportunity, registered voters, to opt in to receive an annual payment. So it's a process that would be developed and administered in the future by a third party.
Why not property owners?
That, the thinking was that the property taxes that are going to be paid are going to also benefit all property owners, both full-time and part-time residents. And by Iberdrola paying what will be 58% of the town budget, that will have the effect of lowering property taxes.
Now, I got a question. My understanding is that if this project went through, the town listers do not appraise it anymore. It is now appraised by the state. The state comes in and says that property is worth $50 million and your taxes are $1 million. You're in the hole. What isn't true?
The state has no greater authority to appraise the project than it does for any other kind of property. The town listers still have the authority to place the project on the land list at fair market value.
Which is going to be high.
It's going to be the fair market value.
Could be 50 million.
So this could become a gold town, and then their property taxes would be affected by that?
No, because education taxes, the education tax piece for a wind project is paid separately to the state. It is on a capacity basis. It's based on the size of the project, and it has no effect on the land list for the town for education tax purposes.
But it does for the rest of the taxes.
That's right. It lowers the rest of the taxes.
Well, it won't lower it if the appraised value goes up. It can't lower it.
If your grand list is X today, and tomorrow when the project is built it's X plus Y, then you have the same municipal budget divided over a larger pool, which means everybody's tax rate goes down because you have more money, more grand lists for the same budget.
No, because Meadowlands is not paying the property tax. The town is paying it. So you're saying that if the appraisers come in right now, Iberdrola's taxes are 10 grand. Not Iberdrola's, Meadowlands taxes.
They continue to pay taxes on the land. The tax that I'm talking about is on the electric generation. The land itself is taxed separately.
So if the listers come in and say now because of all of the wind turbines, it's worth $50 million, then Meadowlands is going to pay whatever that percentage is.
The land is, Meadows and Timber pays taxes on the land. Iberdrola pays taxes on the land. Under state law, the land is taxed separately, the wind project is taxed separately. So it's two different tax payments.
Towers don't go to our grand list for value.
Towers go to your grand list for municipal tax purposes, not for education.
They do go to the grand list.
They don't go to the grand list for education tax.
At a such value.
That's why
Well, you give me your name.
I'm John Hoover, and
Yeah.
I'm doing some gathering some information
Yes.
for an article in the Chester Telegram.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I know you asked that specific question about, if the vote goes against you, are you going to revamp it and come back again?
Right, right.
And it's absolutely not. So,
Right, so you heard what I heard.
Yes.
So I know that, I'm not saying that's what Iberdrola does, but I know developers commonly come in with a grand scheme.
Yeah.
It gets voted down. They come in with a narrowed scheme. It may or may not pass muster, and they continue to beat on the door, and eventually they exhaust the public, and they say, forget it, we got enough.
Yeah.
And so the Iberdrola guys promised that they would not revise the plan time and again,
Right.
and keep knocking on the door here.
Right. I got all that. Okay.
So we'll see. My name is John Brabant.
Spell your last name, John.
Brabant. B-R-A. B as in boy. R-A.
G-R-A.
No. B. B as in boy. R. A. B as in boy. A-N. T as in Tom.
Very good. Thank you, John. Sorry about that.
It's okay. My name is like impossible. No one gets it right. If you got it right, there'd be something wrong with you. Just so you know.
I taught high school for 35 years, and every year it was learning a new list and getting a new class list.
Oh,
Right?
it's
It was
miserable.
interesting. I mean, particularly when the names could be male or female, right? And it just drives you nuts.
So despite my hat, Remap Club hat, I actually work for Vermonters for a Clean Environment, Ned Smith's organization, and we've been assisting. Hi.
Vance Bell.
What's your name?
Bell.
Hi, John Brabant. Very nice to meet you. And so I'm relatively new to VCE. I worked at the State House for them this past winter. I thought I had some cards with me. I got them somewhere. Yes. But the email's wrong on this, so let me stop this video.